Absolutely. Now, as far as we understand right now, the National Guard actually was not deployed, despite Trump's threats on Truth Social. Karen Bass, who is the mayor of Los Angeles, put out a statement at like 4 o'clock in the morning saying that the National Guard was not deployed. There was so much misinformation being spread last night on Instagram and Twitter by MAGA, by Zionists who were trying to like co-op what was happening. A couple of those posts from desperate Zionists cracked me up, of them like trying so hard to take the video of protesters of ICE yesterday, and we're claiming it was like pro-Palestine protesters declaring a war on America. Like, oh my gosh. It was so try hard. But like, yeah, so there was a lot of misinformation being spread about the protest last night. Of course, the right wing just kept lying about it. You had the Zionists, as I said, saying that it was somehow related to like pro-Palestine protesters declaring war on the U.S., and then you had like a bunch of other like racist right-wingers who were like clipping videos and photos of Mexican flags and being like, see all the illegals? This is what we get for letting them in. Now they're waving the Mexican flag, even though like a lot of those people that were protesting, that were waving those flags, were Americans. I also saw a lot of posts from right-wingers being like, if you're waving a foreign flag in America, you should leave. You should be deported. Oh, okay. So are we going to start deporting all the Congress members that have a foreign flag outside of their offices? Are we going to deport Randy Fine then, who has an Israeli flag in his fucking office? Are we going to deport John Fetterman? I'm fine with that. I'm just saying, like, if you guys are going to say that by carrying foreign flags, people should be deported, okay, bye. But here's my thing, too, when it comes to the ICE thugs showing up in cities like Los Angeles, masked as they whine and cry about protesters being masked when they're federal agents and they shouldn't be allowed to do that, is that why is it that you guys are always willing to spend everything you need to terrorize Americans and undocumented immigrants but not feed poor people? Like, imagine if they used the same energy and resources to make sure everybody got a house, to make sure everybody was fed and had health care. Imagine if they use this energy to crack down on billionaire tax cheats, on health insurance companies that cheat their patients, that commit Medicare and Medicaid fraud, on all of the rich people that steal from their workers. Imagine if they had this energy for that. But no, they don't. They only have this energy to go into communities and terrorize them if the people are unhoused, undocumented, or poor. And then they'll pull out all the stops to send the feds in to get rid of you. All the same right-wingers who claim to love liberty and hate tyranny and don't tread on me and don't you dare come in with your fed jackbooted thugs, blah, 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 my second amendment. All of a sudden, love big government and love being tread on when it's on behalf of their fascist daddy. I need everybody to never let MAGA or the right wing get away with pretending to oppose tyranny again. Ever. Okay? Never let them get away with opposing tyranny or claiming to be for freedom or for liberty. They're not. They are totally fine with having everybody's civil liberties trampled on. They are totally fine with being tread on so long as it's happening to other people and they think they'll be protected from it. I also think it will be good to remind all the bootlicker conservatives who are very, very happy that big government and the feds are now being turned on American citizens. Maybe you should read the Posi Kamatus Act, which specifically prohibits the military from being used on American citizens. But you know what? These laws are only as good as the people willing to enforce them. So if the fascist conservative movement decides that it doesn't really care, because, you know, they always pretend to care about the Constitution, the laws, but they don't. They really don't. They'll throw all of this shit out in a second if it means that they can try to use it to hurt their opponents. But yes, we actually do have laws in the book saying that the military cannot be used on the civilian population. Although I'm not surprised that they're advocating for this now, because these are the same people that have been advocating doing it to the Palestinians, and this is the imperial boomerang.